Can myofascial pain become fibromyalgia? Obviously, that's why we're asking the question. The answer is yes. The real question people ask is how. So prolonged myofascial pain syndrome will eventually do that. And for me to explain this, it's going to be a little bit complicated, but I'm going to try anyway. So bear with me. If you take the body, it develops in segments, and those segments will go all the way from the cervical cord all the way down to the sacrum, right? Now we have 31 pairs of those. Now those are all segments of the body which we call somites. The somite will go and supply not only the skin, the muscles, but also the organs for that. So, for example, let's look at the T4 somite, which correlates to about the heart or even the stomach. Now, if a person has pain here, that's a T4 segment. It's still that segment of the body in their body, right? But that T4 will supply those muscles, that skin, the stomach, the heart, the lung, and all the tissue on that level. So now let's say a person has a scar in this region. That scar is always active, the myofascial trigger point. Even if it's not inflamed and irritated, it's going to cause everything else to work harder. So you have an overactive trigger point that now keeps on firing off signals that go into the brain. And the brain can't ignore it. But what ends up happening is, if you think about it, there's a time where you put in food and you want to have acid secreted in your stomach so you can digest that food. Imagine the sensory channel for the brain to know this is now jammed by a pain signal. What's going to happen? You'll find people who can't digest food properly, or maybe they secrete it very late, so they have hyperacidity after a meal, or prolonged acidity. Some people get heart problems in relation to this. Some people, if you press on here, they'll start belching uncontrollably, right? So when we find that it's no longer just a muscle, but the entire nervous system is getting rewired around these pain generators, many times people will go to a rheumatologist, neurosurgeon, and get a diagnosis of fibromyalgia. It's still myofascial pain syndrome, just in a more advanced state, and it can still be treated provided you get to the right kind of doctor to take care of those things. The basic core of all these is psychosomatic stress, and if they're not being addressed, it's not going to go away. No amount of therapy, needles, tablets, anything.